All right, greetings and welcome to the Table on the Tavern. I'm your host, Leon Jenkins, One Gaming. And we are here on the Table on the Tavern. We're going to be playing a little bit D&D, and because we're playing D&D, I brought along some friends. We're going to go around the virtual table and introduce our friends now. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see their beautiful, shining faces, or they continue to be shy. It's okay if they are. But first off, we've got Curtis. Curtis, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little about yourself, and a little about the character you're going to be playing tonight.
Yes, I'm Curtis. I've been playing D&D for a little while, for several years, off and on. Tonight I'm playing Kythos, which is a human ranger. So we'll just keep going with that.
All right, continuing on, we got Jessica. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself there, Jessica, a little about the character you'll be playing tonight.
My name's Jessica, and I've been playing D&D for a little over a year, going on like a year and a half. My character tonight is an elven ranger named Shotzi, and sometimes Shotzi is vertically challenged, but she still tries.
Yeah, I've never created a villain quite as maniacal as stairs have been for your character.
Indeed, that is correct. Yeah, but that's Shotzi.
Indeed. Continuing on, we got Siobhan. Siobhan, why don't you go and tell us a little about yourself and a little about the character you'll be playing.
What up? It's your girl, Siobhan. I've been playing D&D for the better part of the last decade. And this evening I am going to be playing Virix, who is a changeling monk.
Right on. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, real quick, we go through the list, I suppose. If you, very much like me, enjoy playing D&D or other various TTRPGs, I encourage you to head over to a place called Start Playing Games if you have trouble finding a game of your own. And startplayinggames.com, you can find a game and go and get started playing today. Professional DM actually register with them as well. There is, of course, one link at a time, which is my favorite retailer when purchasing dice. Head on over to One Link at a Time and find your favorite dice and dice accessories. And of course, W.GG. W is a sponsor of the Table in the Tavern. Energy drink made for focus. No jitters, no crash, just clean energy. Be better with W. Get the W with W. You could find all those links in the description below. And of course, a promo code, Jenkins10, you can use at checkout for a W to earn yourself 10% off your order. Okay. And with all that said, in order for us to go forward, I'd like to first take a step back and go ahead and see what we did the last time we played. Does anyone recall what we were doing the last time we played?
The last time we played, from what I remember, you'll have to forgive me, it's been 6 between now and then. We were like in a little cove. We were talking to some scrupulous peoples in that cove, like a guild and like a little pirate crew.
All that is true.
And I believe they're trying to the lady who heads the pirate crew, she knows Zill. They used to have a thing. Love that for them. And she doesn't want the Crimson Blades there anymore. And the Crimson Blades are one of the gangs from the city.
Veritha.
Veritha, thank you. I don't have my notes pulled up.
You're good. I'm like walking, talking notes.
They're one of the gangs from the city, and they've kind of taken over the cove. They've encroached on territory, if you will. And was it the guild that had a shipment of Vel dust that was missing?
That's correct. There were some smugglers that lost some cargo, and the storm that had crashed upon the island. You guys were witness to that as well. And among the cargo they lost was a shipment of Vel dust that was set for the thieves here in the cave as well. Pull up my notes and all that stuff. But yeah, absolutely, all that stuff is true.
All right, that's all I got.
Okay, very good. So you had gone around with Zill and met various members of different organizations. Some were in the black market trade. They were willing to help you, okay, as you guys were trying to find a ship within this cave to set sail once again, to no longer be marooned on this island. The pirates said that they would help you, of course, but they need some help themselves, as these Crimson Blades had muscled their way into their cave dwelling. And there's a little bit of divide in who's going to follow who anymore, as the black market that survives there is not so sure about getting into a conflict between them. But if you were to obtain a rare ruby and exchange it for one that they gave you made of quartz, they would change their tune and lend you some muscle in your endeavors against the Crimson Blades. The thieves had said that if they got paid back for what they lost in the shipment of the Vel dust, that they would also help if you could arrange that. And then, of course, there is the pirates themselves that want to get rid of the Crimson Blades. And there was another faction. Hold on. Approaching the cave. Black sails. Reef pirates. Captain Morrow. Cave black market trade with Netta. Talked about that. There are harbor knives, the local thieves. We talked about that. The smugglers, we did talk about that. Okay, the smugglers, of course, are beholden to the Crimson Blades as far as lending any assistance there. They're kind of in bed already with the Crimson Blades, and I believe that they had said that you help get them their cargo back from the Crimson Blades that hold it. Okay, that then they would help support you. So it looks like everyone needs something in order for you to get something. Okay. I think that sounds about right. I think that was everything. But along the course of you guys doing all that, you had brought up something to these harbor thieves. You had name dropped the Black Hand. Do you remember what happened when you name dropped the Black Hand?
I know that it wasn't good.
They laughed. They laughed. Now, Zill didn't say anything at the time. We'll say that once you guys are back in a cozy, quiet area of the tavern, sitting at a table, trying to figure out what to do next. Do you head over to deal with this crystal? Maybe the cargo? Maybe, whatever the case may be. I don't know if you guys want to just go and take on the Crimson Blades on your own. However you guys want to do it. Okay. But Zill's gonna bend your ear for a moment. He says, I can't say I truly care for the way that they scoffed at your mention of the Black Hand. There was a time when you mentioned the Black Hand and people started wetting their trousers. Now it doesn't seem that way. I offer you all an opportunity, a chance, if you're with me. We can do this run around and help all these fine folks get what's coming to them, and lead this rabble against the Crimson Blades and run them off, perhaps. Or perhaps even bring them into the fold and make the pirates' hold even stronger than it once was. All those things are very, very possible. But perhaps we can get our ship and make people remember why they fear the Black Hand again, all in the same breath.
I'm listening. Shotzi, what do you think?
Yes. Sorry, I was slightly distracted. What was the question?
Do you want to hear out Zill's offer on, if
Yeah, we should probably hear what he has to say.
So you said, you guys could do the run around and help everyone get what they're trying to get out of you in order for you to get your ship on the way on out of this godforsaken island, Tidecolor's Retreat. Or you could remind them why they fear the Black Hand and get your ship all in the same breath.
Yeah. Oh. It would seem we need to do the running around.
Say again?
I said it would seem that we need to do the running around.
It would seem you do. It seems Zill has another way of reminding everyone why they fear the Black Hand and getting your ship as well without any runaround.
But Shotzi, why would we run around and do errands for people that obviously don't respect us?
Yeah, that's a very good question too. We wouldn't, except for I'm not all that familiar with the Black Hand. Has been a subject of my piqued interest, but that's just the back burner in my brain. I want to get off this island.
What do you think there, Curtis?
I'm with Bill. Let's show them why
Show 'em
why they shouldn't laugh.
why they shouldn't laugh. Okay. All right.
Indeed.
Why you shouldn't laugh at the name of the Black Hand. Okay. He says, okay, well, it's settled then. This we're going to need a little bit of quiet. A little bit of a quiet place where we'll be undisturbed. He says, follow me. And so he goes, and the main deck where all these different buildings seem to, interconnect with a large platform that runs over the surface of most of the cave, and he takes you down off of that, and then begins making his way underneath that platform. Okay, so he's basically underneath the subfloor. Okay, and he asks for you guys to follow him.
Oh yeah. I love sneaking around.
Why don't you guys go ahead and roll a stealth?
Wait, what's his way rolling? I didn't quite hear.
Stealth.
Roll a stealth check.
Self check heard.
Virix rolled a 16.
16. Very good. Curtis, what you got?
Shots. He rolled
9.
out a 21.
21. Nice. And what was your curse?
A 9.
Very nice. Okay. So a 9, a 16, and a 21. Let's do some math. Math it up.
Math it up.
So it'd be
So that's an average of 15.
15.
Not terrible. All right.
Seriously.
So you guys begin making your way off a platform and duck underneath the subfloor, making your way down beneath the platform and the cave floor itself. So you're between them, and continue crawling through till you come to a little bit of a clearing, an opening where it seems to let down into a small little gully that seems to be beneath the platform, where water has done its job of pulling out the rock here, and they have built a platform over top of it in order to make the floor basically flat, but it is not flat. In this area that you're in, you can stand up without any trouble. There are large pillars that go up, holding up the platform above you. Okay, you can hear the sounds of people walking along these floorboards. You can even see them moving across the lines in between, and of course hear the cracks of the wood as they step. See their shadows move. You can, from what you understand, you're just beneath the tavern itself.
Fucking Goonie status.
So, Zill then starts to pilfer through some of his belongings. Pulls out a large bag and starts pulling out different things. He gives you guys some candles. He says, I'll need you to light these if you don't mind. And then he takes some strange powder in like a bag of some kind and starts running it around in a circle. Then he pulls out a couple of sticks of chalk and some charcoal and starts making what looks like little pictograms and even some strange lettering. If anyone wants to roll an Arcana check, they may.
I could do an Arcana check.
I rolled an Arcana check and I got a 13.
13. Very good. Definitely some sort of ritual spell that he's preparing. What about you there, Jessica?
Sorry. Came up with 4 for Arcana check.
And what about you there, Curtis?
14.
14. So you're in the same boat with Siobhan. This is some sort of ritual that he's preparing. Now, Siobhan, if you want, you can roll me an insight.
Got a 12.
12. Very good. What he's setting up here on the floor looks very similar, if not even exactly the same, as a summoning circle that he had in his subfloor, in his abode, if you recall.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
watching much more carefully.
Okay. All right. So he asked for you guys to light those candles. You guys light them?
Yes.
Okay. So in total, there's 9 of the candles, and he helps you arrange them around the circle. He says, once I begin this, I can't stop. And once I finish, can't go back. Does anyone have any questions for him before he begins?
No?
I don't
No?
think so.
Everyone's okay?
I like those
Everyone's
black
cool?
flame candles.
Okay. All right. No objections then. Okay, about that time, you guys hear a sound. It almost sounds like a voice calling out from the darkness. Zil, is that you? What are you all doing down here? You hear the same female that had seems to have been a friend of Zil's previously. Seems that she had seen you guys slipping down underneath the floor here and decided to investigate. He turns around quickly and says, all right, well, you're part of this now. Come here. And she says, what are you doing? He says, we're reminding everyone why they fear the Black Hand. And she's like, what? The Black Hand? That's a ghost story. Black Hand's not real, so that's just things they tell people. And he turns around and catches her gaze and says, oh, it's real. Oh, it's very real. And he starts to make some sort of incantation, pulling some some stuff out of his pocket. Looks like some sort of ingredients, and throws them in the center. And you see a flash of light, a little reaction, and smoke begin to bellow up from the inside of the circle, raising up like a black flame that seems to encompass the circle itself. You see everything begin to get dark, as though the fire itself seems to, instead of illuminating the area, seems to swallow the light.
Ooh.
As the flame dwindles, you see the figure of a woman dressed in a dark robe. She looks intently from under her cowl. Her red, piercing eyes fall over each of you until resting upon Zill. You have called me. Why? It says, those that dwell in this cave, those that call themselves thief and robber, smuggler, assassin, they forget their mother. They forget the Black Hand. We call upon you to remind them why they fear the night. And with that, the flame recedes, and lights begin to flicker once again from above. And then the screaming, and the shadows. Everything goes dark. You hear screaming and running, terror. Beneath the planks where you reside, you can hear the droplets of blood making their way through the planks and dripping into the dust below. This goes on for about 15 minutes. Complete horror, complete chaos. So everything you guys are doing during this time, you guys just hanging out down here, or you guys want to go see what's going on?
You said we're underneath like floorboards, right?
Yes.
Is there anywhere like where there's an opening or a crack where I can try to like look up to see what's happening?
Roll a perception check.
That's gonna be a nat 20 for a total of 27.
Okay. So as you go up to part of the floor where the ground banks up, and you can get a little bit of a glimpse through the cracks. You peer through. You can hear the screaming. You can see complete darkness. Do you have dark vision?
Yes, up to 60 feet.
Okay, nice. So you could see people like running about. They're looking frantic, as though they don't know what they're running from. They seem to be running in every direction. And then suddenly you see one of them stop suddenly in their steps, as though they cannot move, completely stricken from movement, almost paralyzed. Their body convulses back and forth as the blood begins to run out of their eyes, out of their ears, and out of their nose and out of their mouth. As they twitch and convulse, you can see that their skin begins to recede like that of a mummy, and then they collapse on the ground. And about the time that one collapses on the ground, you see that same darkness envelops someone else who then is paralyzed, can't move, and is suddenly shrunken with blood coming out of their eyes, ears, nose, and mouth until they convulse no more and they fall upon the ground. And this continues to happen and continues to happen and continues to happen for like 15 minutes. When the streams quiet, the darkness then recedes once more. You see little flickers of candlelight piercing through the floorboards. You hear a strained voice, Sil, what did you do? What did you do? And Zil turns back to her and says, I summoned death, the mother of the Black Hand, to remind people why they fear the Black Hand.
Off.
She looks in terror as though the blood is just like rushed out of her entire body. She looks completely pale and stricken with fear. She says, Zil, this path you've down, you can't. There is no hope for your soul, Zil. Your soul is sick. Zil turns without too much care and says, all of our souls are sick. Where do you think you're going when you die? Where do thieves end up? She doesn't seem to have the words to answer, and she begins to make her way out from underneath the floorboards as Zil says, you're lucky. You may be the only to survive. You remind people what happened here. You tell them the Black Hand came. And she disappears from underneath the flanks. So, with that, what would you like to do?
Hear me out. I think we grab some loot and we find a ship that's manageable with just the handful of people we have. We get out of here.
Okay. All right, and you're going to be looting. That means you're going to have to emerge, so you got to slowly make your way out from underneath the floorboards. Back into the dimly lit tavern. Only the floor is covered in blood. You can see what look like the remains of people that are shrunken, almost like their insides have been sucked out somehow, like their life essence had been sapped from them. See their blood still trickling out of where their eyes used to be, still all sunken back in their heads. Yeah, you guys could go ahead and loot. If you guys want. If that's what you guys want to do, you guys can loot. Go ahead and roll me some investigation checks, and I'll tell you what you guys get out of this whole cave. Bunch of possible loot here. Some pirates, some smugglers, some unscrupulous people, thieves.
Oh.
Crimson blades.
Did you say investigation checks?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Got an 18 on investigation for Virix.
Okay.
Yeah,
You guys
he
are
rolled
essentially
16.
16 for you. What was yours, Siobhan?
18.
At 18.
I had a dirty 20.
18.
Ooh, we be
20,
investigating big time.
16. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. That's 54. Okay. So you guys find a lot of gold, a bunch of different purses, all from various, places. Some of them still red with blood. Um, you guys get together all these gold purses, and from the gold purses alone, you have 5,022 gold.
Hear me.
You guys, of course, find, if you guys are just after gold, that's what you guys end up finding there. I'll go ahead and roll for you a couple of other things. These are gems. You guys find 5 rare rubies, okay, that are on board the ship, okay, of the Crimson Blades. One of these is that very large red ruby that they were after, okay. It is not one that's on the hilt of a blade. It is actually in a lockbox, okay, along with a couple of other gems that way that are set aside. Um, who knows why? But these Crimson Blades really like their rubies. They have 5 of them with them, so you guys have these 5 rare rubies. Make sure you note rare ruby, not just a normal ruby. Rare ruby, and I'll know what that means. Okay.
All right.
We'll say you guys find a number of flintlock pistols, okay, cutlasses and so forth. I don't know if you guys need any swords or weapons, but there's plenty to go around here. Um, there, everything they had is essentially yours now. That's how the cookie crumbles.
Hang on. I'm adding stuff to the party inventory. You said it was 5,022 gold, like 5022.
That is correct.
Okay.
5,022.
5 rupees.
That's a lot of cheddar.
A lot of cheddar. So, as you guys are pilfering through all the belongings and stuff, you hear that same soft voice. Do you all have no sympathy for the dead? And you hear that same girl. Zil looks at her and says, "How long would it be before you pinched a piece of gold from these bodies as well? Last I knew, you were a cut purse. A cut purse, Zil, not a cutthroat. There's a difference." So I'm curious. I'm just kind of curious. What was you guys' reaction to that? This essentially death just came and wiped the floor with like 60 plus people.
I was going to say before that under my breath, I was going to be like, I'm glad we're not on that side of the situation. I'm just shocked and all like, whoa.
You guys even have any questions?
Uh,
Virix is definitely reconsidering a lot of things that her and Zilla talked about on their solo adventure about like the Black Hand and Lady Vel, and she's like really internally being like, to have that kind of power, like it might be worth it.
You mean the power of death?
Yeah, she's very much like veering back into not necessarily her old self, but has like a perspective of what she could do with power like that, in the sense that like she never wants to be like somebody else's pawn, but she wants to be her own player in a game. You know what I mean?
I'm just gonna say I find it remarkably, quite remarkable anyway, that you guys are playing the same game that they're playing on Sunday night. But is it different? You guys chose a different path. And you guys have kind of towed that line for a while without really deciding one way or the other. But here you guys made a big decision.
Oh boy. Mm.
Yeah.
Boy.
In case any of you are like alignment bound, okay, just make sure you guys know that's dropping towards evil. Okay, so let's go ahead and look.
Oh. Excuse me.
Shotzi. Looks like you are
Chaotic neutral.
okay. Chaotic neutral. Yeah.
You do.
I'd say you're closer to you're towing the line of evil now. Okay. With that little deal. Okay. Let's just say that. Lawful neutral for Virix as well. You're towing the line of evil. There. Ethos. You have no alignment. I really wonder what he's going to think when he gets back.
He would have been the voice of saying, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah. Very interested to see how that plays out when he gets back.
He's gonna be so mad at us. What'd you guys do?
All right. Well, you guys really didn't do anything. You just kind of made contact with a evil entity. Back in 3.5, 3.0, we call that making contact with an evil outsider. That is how a blackguard would become a blackguard. Different things you'd have to do, make contact, peaceful contact with an evil outsider. And essentially that's what Zilla has done. He's made peaceful contact with an evil outsider. It just happens that evil outsider is death. But did he I don't know, did he or did she? I don't know. How did that all happen? I don't know. Well, I do, but so you guys count up your gold, okay? You guys got some new rubies. Is there anything else you guys are looking for throughout all the stuff going on here?
Actually, I do have one thing that I would like to point out to the party, and if you guys are interested, we can progress it, but if we're not, we don't have to pursue it. Just since we have a history with the Crimson Blades, and like we know they're really big movers of Veldust, is there any like documentation amongst them which maybe could like service our future endeavors?
Explain
that.
how Well, okay, so yes and no. Okay, so documentations. I'm not really sure what you're looking for there, but I will tell you this: that the the Crimson Blades are known, uh, recognized by those, like the leaders of the Crimson Blades are known for those rupees on the hilt of their sword. Well, there's in addition to all the other stuff, we'll say there's three of those swords here. Okay, so three of the leaders of the Crimson Blades met their end here. Okay, um, so you have three of those swords, all with these rubies on them. Okay, in addition to the five rubies you guys found. So that would be like a badge of office.
That could be quite useful if we ever, wanted to do some infiltrating or cause some shenanigans, as we very much often like to do.
Yeah, because we're the untamed few.
You are the untamed few.
And I believe, hang on, I'm looking at my map.
Take them home.
Ron, when you said like documentation, do you mean like ship logs or something that would?
Oh my god, that's Shotzi. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Like ship logs, letters, orders, receipts, even.
Okay, yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, you can find some stuff like that. Sure. Ship logs. Yeah, there'd be some ship logs. There would definitely be some documentation as far as purchasing and selling of stuff, but you're not going to find any like illegal goods are probably not going to be listed as illegal goods. Okay, so go ahead and roll me an insight.
All right. Insightful.
Yes. Oh, 25.
Okay, so you while you're looking through all these manifests and ship logs and so forth, you find some of them that are saturated with salt water. Okay,
Saturated with what? I'm sorry.
salt water.
Okay.
Um, and they do talk about 6 cases of coffee. There is no coffee in the inventory, but there are
Might
6
be what
cases of Vel dust.
Interesting. Interesting indeed.
That's a lot of dust.
A lot of dust. So each crate of Vel dust would be like, think of it like a kilo. Okay, so you guys got like 6 kilos of cocaine.
Yeah, I was about to ask, what is the significance of veil dust? Again, I think I missed that.
It's
I'm glad
okay.
you asked. So if we just conveniently on the Discord, I'll bring it up actually so everyone can see it, even the viewers at home. And by the way, if you're enjoying the stream at home, consider giving a like. So Vel dust. Okay. Legacy of a lich. Power of a prophet. Addictive as sin. Origin. First synthesized by a devout follower of Lady Vel during her rise. Vel dust was originally a ritual stimulant crafted to heighten arcane perception, unlock hidden memories, or tune the mind to divination. Basically, to do divination stuff. It was pure, dangerous, and only distributed among trusted cultists. After her fall, the formula leaked into the world, cut, mutated, and industrialized, and turned into an empire. Okay, so on and so forth. But as I have a whole thing all about just Vel dust in the if you go to Auroria and Discord, in that whole leaf, there's a bunch of different things like the military in Auroria, random encounter chambers for Auroria, bounty hunters, outlaws, Black Hand, Ages of Thalia itself, Lady Vel herself, Valencia, the city of Orton, Vel dust, and then of course city of Berethas, all there for you guys to look over. Want to remind everyone that's watching at home, if you're enjoying the stream, consider giving it a like. I'll also remind you that this stream is powered by W Energy. You can head over to w.gg using the link in the description below and earn yourself 10% off your order. Thank you for watching. So, with that, what else do you guys want to do?
Do a line of veil dust to get the shit out of there.
Do that.
No, just kidding. Kilo.
It's a lot.
Yeah, that's hard to visualize that.
So it does come. It has side effects. Okay.
Oh.
And because a drug, whatever, it has side effects. That's how drugs do. You also, if you are taking it, you need to make a constitution check. Otherwise, you gain a level of exhaustion. In other words, you get slumped.
Yeah. I'm not going to try the veil dust here.
Hear me out.
I just learned what it was.
Hear me out.
Listening.
We could listen. If we walk away, right? We just take our gold and our rubies and these little swords, get on a ship and we go. Right? There's crates of perfectly good Vel dust sitting here. Who's
Correct.
gonna find it? Who's gonna know? It would just be lost forever. But hear me out. We bring it with us. We could redistribute it back into the market because we're good salespeople like that. And we have connections, especially in Verethra. We know even better salespeople than ourselves. We can make a little bit of money off of it.
Yeah, but how do you expect to carry it out of here?
Girl, we about to get on a boat.
Yeah. I'm on a boat. Well, it'd be a pretty cool endeavor.
So, yeah, good news. You guys have 2 ships at your disposal. One a little bit larger than the other. Okay, so let's say you have like a schooner, okay, which would be the pirate ship that's here, kind of small, maybe a 10-man crew could operate the schooner. Then there's a frigate, also from the pirates. Essentially, the schooner would have been what they would have given you guys had you guys been successful. Okay. Then there's a frigate. And this frigate could have a crew of about 20 people, a little bit larger ship. Okay. And then you got a another ship as well, a bit larger than that. This is the one the Crimson Blades come on. And that's a little bit closer to like a man of war. And that crew would be anywhere between about 40 people to man that ship. Okay. So either way, you are 3 people plus Zillion Quarter makes 5. You don't even have enough to properly crew one of these ships, but of course you could probably work it out with some difficulty. course, there was, if you guys recall, you guys arrived here via ship with a crew. That last I remember, they were back at the village with the villagers and so forth, wondering what to do about a lost ship. You guys, came back with a new ship. That would be pretty cool because then you'd have a crew to man that ship, kind of thing.
Oh,
We need to find a group of people that are wanting to get away from their living conditions now, and they can help crew the ship for a small payment of Veldust.
gold. You've got plenty of that too. Maybe keep the veil on the more hush hush of everything.
Nice.
But you do have a fabulous idea. I'm sure there's some people who'll be like, "Get me out of here!" Get me off the island.
We also do have a decent amount of group inventory of group funds.
Oh yeah, it'd probably be pretty easy to pay people to come work for us, especially if we were able to get back to the village and pick up our old crew.
Oh yeah, tried and true crew.
So one thing about the Veldust that the immediate benefits of Veldust. You ready? If you end up snorting some or taking some, whatever the case may be, you would gain advantage on initiative rolls or checks or whatever, and also perception checks. So it make you more alert and quicker to act. Of course, then you have to roll a Constitution check.
It's like a boost of adrenaline.
Yeah. Unless you fail the Constitution check, then you suffer from a level of exhaustion. But that comes at the end of technically at the end of the minute. So it has an effect for like a minute. Once the minute's over, you got to roll Constitution check. If you fail the Constitution save, you have a level of exhaustion. Basically how it works.
A minute? It's like 10 turns of combat. That's pretty. Yeah. It's pretty. I like that.
Good trip. It's a lengthy trip.
Not as lengthy as licking toads. I personally do not want to partake in doing any Veldust.
Like Biggie said, don't get high on your own supply.
Exactly.
Okay. So, you guys want to head back to the village, or you guys want to see about maybe? And how would you like to head back to the village if that's the case? You guys want to head back on foot, the way you guys came, or do you want to try to man that schooner with your less than adequate crew and see if you can make it there safely?
What does the party think? I mean, I would rather take the easier route of not walking. I don't know how everybody feels about the ship idea.
I don't know either. Because we hike back to the village. It's gonna take a while. There's also the chance of, encountering wildlife or unfriendlies or, stairs.
I shoot you a little glare like, mm-hmm.
However,
Yeah.
if we try to operate the spooner now, we'd be operating with like what, less than a quarter of the necessary crew, which could prove dangerous and would also, if anything happened, we could get hurt, we could die, we could end right back up at square one without a boat.
That's true.
But what does Zill have to say about this?
Okay. Zill agrees with Vieric. Says, make our way back on foot and bring a crew to man the ship. Of course, bring that crew in here. You might want to do a little bit of tidying up. They might get the wrong idea. Well, the right idea would still be bad, I guess.
Ethos, got a thought to throw in here?
So I think we need to do whatever it takes to get that crew, that ship crew, ship sailable, like waterworthy. So we definitely need to go get our crew.
Okay, so I have this idea. Perhaps we get all the coffee crates situated on the ship, so it's not just out in the open. And is the ship actually like in the water, or is it moored?
Is the ship in the? It is in the water.
Not exactly sure how to proceed from here.
Okay. So, as you guys are trying to figure all that out. Okay, you guys, you're a little bit of a ruckus. You hear some frantic, you hear the same voice you heard earlier. Same woman, the thief. Seems to be talking to someone. Talking about you won't believe what they did.
Oh,
Coming from the entrance of the cave.
I'm going up there.
You see her enter with the two armed guards out front of the cave entrance. Come into the cave. And they are just in, shock and horror at all the bodies. And then they see you guys. And they draw swords. Everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, it's one of those times wish I had the Jedi Force wave my hand and be like, you see nothing here.
Yeah, you still totally can. Go ahead and roll initiative and see if you're ahead of them in the counter.
Virix got an initiative of 21.
21.
Patsy pulled out a 20.
20 for Shotzi. And what you got there, Ethos? Or Ethos. Yeah. Girls,
17. 17.
Okay. All right. I like to run a stag initiative. We're going to continue with that. I'm going to you guys go first. You guys see them come in. They brandish their weapons. Begin proceeding forward. We're going to say that this combat will start within 90 feet. Okay, so you're 90 feet from the nearest hostile.
All right. I'm presuming I'm first because I got a 21.
Yes, you are first. I'm so sorry. Yes, you are up first.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
Hang on. I'm just reading something really quick.
I don't know the last time we had a rest.
It's a good question.
Yeah, because I'm like, a lot of my spaces are filled. Shit, I can't do that. Damn it.
I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to. Where is my. This might seem like a silly question because I know it's on my sheet somewhere. How much movement do I get from dash?
How much movement from your dash?
Oh, I found it. I just had to click the word dash. Take the dash action. You gain an extra movement for the turn. The increase equals your speed after applying any modifiers. The speed of 30 feet, you can move up to 60 feet. Okay, cool. And you said they're like 90 feet from where we are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use Step of the Wind so I can take dash as a bonus action. And I'm going to dash the full 90 feet towards them, and that uses up all of my movement for this round.
Okay.
And that leaves me with 2 attacks. So I'm going to do an unarmed strike for my first attack. Ooh, does a 12 hit?
The 12 will not hit, unfortunately.
Bummer. That is a nat 1. I definitely missed. Wow.
Yeah, that's definitely a miss. Okay. Will that end your turn?
That will end my turn.
Very good. So you rush forward and attack at the guy. He of course brandishes a rifle and blocks your attack with his rifle. I'm sorry, did I say rifle?
You did say
You did.
rifle.
Just rifle. Yeah. So yeah, I'm using a different thing, whatever, something to be on par with you guys. But they have rifles and they have bayonets, but we're going to call the bayonet a sword. Okay. So the next up is Shotzi.
Yes. With Varix's turn, she's standing right in their vicinity. Is that correct?
Within 90 feet.
Okay. So I have this new spell from the Staff of the Magi. It says web, and I'm reading on it. Is this if I cast web by these guards, I would hope that it would kind of like entanglement or the other whatever. But
Yeah.
yes.
So web as a general thing is gonna end up doing it fills a 20-foot area, so it has a 20-foot area that it's gonna affect. Everything within that area becomes difficult terrain. Okay. All right. So if they move through it, it costs half their movement. Okay. You can be restrained within the web. Okay. By failing a save. The save, of course, is your save, so it's going to be a dexterity of a 15. Okay. And if they fail that, then they are restrained.
I also see that the webs are flammable, and any creature will get damage at the start of their turn if they are in the fire.
Yes.
Just saying. I'm not setting it on fire, but the flames are flammable.
Yes.
That's
And
awesome.
If they are caught in the flames, they do a strength check to try to get out. The same DC. Okay. But yeah, that's essentially how it works. It's definitely a good spell. You can totally cast it and move forward 30 feet because you're going to have to get within 60. And you can cast it, and we'll say that you can get both the soldiers and the thief in the web.
Right. So yes, I would like to move the 30 feet. I would like to cast the web, and I believe that's all I can do. That would end my turn.
All right. Very good. So they're going to start their turn there. On their turn, they're going to make some checks. Okay. All right. So Ethos, it is your turn.
I want to take aim at one of them that's ensnared in the web and shoot him with my longbow.
All right. Make your attack.
18 to hit.
18 will barely hit.
Flaming arrow would have been the shit.
And then I want to do bonus action of ensnaring strike.
Okay. So yeah, so you're doing this area strike. You hit a target. Was appear on it, make the strikes.
Ensnaring, that was a 6 on the ensnaring strike.
All right.
And
6 is not going to hit.
No.
Oh, okay. So that's a D6. Well, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. So this is a reaction to you hitting it. I understand. This
Yeah,
is a bonus
I forgot.
action. Once you hit it, you use the bonus action to do this.
Yeah, I forgot.
So
I forgot to roll the first damage for it.
I'm talking about 6 points of damage. Got it. Okay.
On top of. It was 8 points of damage for the longbow, and then 6 more for ensnaring strike.
Very nice. So he's going to need to make a saving throw versus
of a 13.
Straight 13. Okay. He had rolls a 12. His strength modifier is a 3. So he does break free of your ensnaring strike. Okay. So he's not restrained by it, but he still takes damage from it. Okay. All right.
Good.
Is that going to end your turn?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's going to bring us to the guys. First thing we're going to do is observe Shotzi's web. So they have a DC 15 dexterity save they need to do, all 3 of them. I'm going to roll the first. That's a save. The second one, that's a save. The third one, which would be the thief, that's going to be a failure. So she's stuck in the web. The other 2 are not stuck, but it is still difficult terrain moving forward. All right, we're going to make an attack against Shotzi. Okay, this is going to be our bayonet or melee weapon attack. It's going to be a +6 to hit. I rolled a natural 20.
Well, that hits.
All right, so this is going to be a D8 plus 3 points of damage. This is going to be a total of 6 points of piercing damage. We'll call it slashing damage. Okay. Oh, I forgot, it's critical. So it's going to be 9 points. Okay. All right. Moving on to multi-attack. We have 2. So he's going to make another attack with his melee weapon. This is going to be a total of a 12 to hit. I doubt that's going to hit you. No, it will not. Okay. So now I'm going to do the other soldier. Since you're all up in melee, I'm going to attack you again. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Virix, the first one is going to be a miss. The second one is going to be a dirty 20 to hit. A dirty 20 will overcome your AC unless you have anything else.
No, that'll hit.
You're going to take 5 points of damage. Slashing damage. Okay. Yes.
Can I use a deflect attack as a reaction since we're in melee combat?
Absolutely can.
What type of damage is he doing?
Slashing.
Okay, so I can use deflect attack. So it hit me. I can reduce the attack's total damage by 1d10 plus 10.
Okay, so the last amount of damage you took was 5 points of slashing. So you're deflecting.
Yes.
Okay. I believe you need to roll something, right?
Yeah, it's 1d10 plus 10.
Okay.
So that would be
Total of 12 points of damage you were able to deflect. That's well more than the 5, so with no problem you can deflect that. And you can deflect it to the guy that you're next to if you want.
oh yeah, because that would be my redirect attack. If you reduce the damage to 0 via deflect attacks, you can expend 1 focus point. Let me click my focus point before I forget. 1 focus point to redirect some of the attack's force. If you do, choose a creature you can see within 5 feet, blah, blah, blah. If it was melee, the creature must succeed on a DC 15 dex or take 2d8 plus 4.
Dexterity saving throw. They literally rolled a 15.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shoot. Oh, fudge. Alright, so that guy won't take any damage, but I did successfully deflect the attack.
Okay. Just check. One more thing. Um, so Zill's going to charge forward. Seeing them attacking at you, he doesn't like that very much. Okay, so I'm gonna use some fancy stuff. We're gonna use a use part of his curse. He's gonna take 3 points of damage. Okay, necrotic damage. You see as he draws his weapon, it seems to draw energy out of him. Okay. All right. Now then, he is going to attack said dude. As he is going to use Hex on the dude. And he's going to try to give him a wallop.
Excuse me.
I hate that when it does that. Oh, Jesus. I hate that VTT. Okay, so I'm just going to roll. I rolled a physical dice instead, and so it rolled a natural 20. Okay. No. Okay, so you see him take his sword and attacks at the guy that had hit you first with the sword attack, and drives his sword into his chest. He's going to take 20 points damage. He's still up, but he is not looking good. Okay. I'm going to call that the end for that. Little thief is going to make her way forward, and she's going to attack Zill for a natural 20. Jesus, I have been rolling so many natural 20s with this die, using this glow in the dark die, and I really liking playing tonight. Okay, so Zill's going to take some damage. Call that 18 points of damage that Zill's going to take. I'm not going to worry about all that. 18. Looks like I didn't refresh him from the last time I used him. All right. Okay, so that is going to bring us to top of initiative with Virix.
Alrighty. You're never gonna guess. I'm gonna roll to make an unarmed strike.
Okay. Oh, buddy.
Does a 13 hit?
13, unfortunately, will not hit.
All right, second attack. Yeah. Does a 27 hit? It was
27
a nat 20. It was a nat 20.
27 definitely hits.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah, girl. Oh.
And then, since that was a nat 20 that I rolled for the 27, I get to roll 2d8 plus 4. So that is 12. Oh, fuck. It went. Oh, sorry. It went away. Hang on. Let me pull up the dice roll history. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Okay, so that's 16 damage on my second unarmed strike, the one that hit.
Okay. I'm going to do some math on him. But go ahead and continue.
And then I'm going to expend a focus point so I can use Flurry of Blows to do 2 more unarmed strikes.
Yeah.
Okay, so before you target him, he is down. So there's only one armed dude there, and then there's the thief that attacked Zill.
All right. I'm going for the other guy.
Okay.
Rolled a 23 to hit. For
23
my
will
first
hit.
Beautiful. So damage on that first one is an 8.
Okay.
And then 25 to hit for that last blow that I'm going to do.
That will hit.
And that is 10 damage on that one.
Nice. 18 points. Not bad. Is that going to end your turn?
That will end my turn.
Okay. So, Shotzi.
And
Oh,
that's
wait a
what
second.
makes it
I
so
just
awesome.
forgot something. Because of Shotzi. Remember when I said that girl moved forward and attacked Zill? I'm wrong.
Yeah.
She can't do that. Why can't she do that?
Oh,
Web.
because she failed her dex save on web.
That is correct. She failed her dex save on web. She was trapped. Okay. So I rolled a strength save just right now to free her, to allow her to attack, and she rolled a natural 1. So she is stuck. So she never hit Zill. That did not happen. Okay.
Yeah. No 18 points to Zill. Ha ha.
No 18 points to Zill. Erased. Okay. Thank you, Shotzi. All right. So it is your turn, Shotzi. There is one armed guard still up, and then, of course, the thief.
And is the guard that's not in the web just attacked Virix beforehand?
Yes.
Okay. So as I continue learning all about my staff, I would like to, if I can, because it says cast at will, to either enlarge or reduce target. But I would like to say to this guy, I think we need to bring you down to size. And I would like to use reduce, make him smaller.
Nice. Okay. Gonna try to make him smaller. I like it. So I want to say you need a rest because you're about out of spells here.
With the thing with the staff, I don't like. Some of the things says 2C next to it because then it says the staff of the Magi. So not exactly sure how that one works. I push it, but it doesn't take up a spell slot.
Okay.
Oh, that one
No.
doesn't. That one just says I will. There's no spot to push.
No problem. I got you. Okay. So if we go and open up your inventory,
Yes.
we should find your staff of the Magi there.
Yes.
Okay. So it has charges that you could do per day.
Mm-hmm. I did see
So
that 50.
as you're utilizing your spells, you need to remove the charges from the deal. Okay. So with the web spell, that's 2 charges. I'm gonna take care of it right now. I'm gonna do 1.
I did it.
2.
I did.
Okay.
I did take out the 2.
Okay. Okay. So that's all you have to do. So it doesn't use up spell slots, it uses up charges.
If you look at on my spells where it says
Oh, I know. It arrives on it shows up on your spell list. I know. I realize. That's where the confusion comes from. But you're not using a spell slot for that because it's coming from your staff. So instead, when you choose to cast that spell, what you need to do is then go take a look at the list of spells that are available by the staff. Each spell has its own cost for charges. For instance, the web is 2. Okay. The enlarge reduce that you just did, see, that is at will, which means it does not have a cost. Like a cantrip.
okay, awesome, sweet. Oh, I like it. There's a few of those that say it will. Okay, thank you.
No problem. So with that, also with the enlarge reduce, okay, so there is a little bit more to it than just, I'm going to cast that on them. Okay, so saves and so forth. We're just going to go ahead and observe that now. So first of all, we're going to make a Constitution save against the effect, which is going to be a DC 15, if I saw that correctly. I believe you have, DC 15. Wait, it's coming from the staff, so let me make sure. Okay. I'll use staff. Just put up the staff. Just pull up the staff. All right, so that missed it. There we go. So it is a Constitution 15. I'll roll that now. He rolled a 2. I'm not even going to check his sheet because no way he has a plus freaking 13 to his Constitution. So then you're going to go ahead and roll reduce target size by 1 category from medium to small, so he's small now. The target also has disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. The target attacks with this reduced weapon and unarmed strikes deal 1d4 less on a hit. Okay. All right. So if I hit, I got to roll a d4 and deduct that. Thank you.
Right.
Is that going to end your turn? So you cast the enlarge reduce on the guy, okay, and he begins to shrink in front of Zill and Virix. Okay. So he's like a halfling. He looks like Frodo Baggins.
I'm gonna point at him and be like, "Oh, look, you guys, he's so cute. Get him."
I beat you, Gandalf. Sorry. Is that going to end your turn, Satsu?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So that will bring us to Ethos. Ethos, it is your turn. A little bit of calamity going on there. Now, reminder that the thief is stuck in the web, and now the other one soldier is down. The other one has been reduced in size. Okay. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna take aim at the small guy.
Okay.
Longbow, same thing. Longbow, 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
Four points of damage.
4 points of damage. Very good.
And then
Throw him in the web. It's so funny trying to picture this.
and then do Hail of Thorns.
Hail of Thorns. Okay, very good. So you're using your Hail of Thorns. I was going to pull these things up. Make sure I'm doing it correctly.
It's a Dex 13 save.
Dex what? 13?
Yeah.
Fails.
So they take an additional, what was it?
It's like 5 points.
Yeah, an
What's up with
additional
it?
5 points. So 9 points of damage total.
Nice. All right. Will that end your turn?
And that will end my turn. Yes.
Take a moment and remind everyone that's watching at home, if you are enjoying the stream, go and consider giving it a like. All right. There's like 11 people watching, so it's kind of cool. All right. So
I'm out of spell slots, so.
cool. All right. So I'm going to start with short guy. Short guy's going to attack. I'm just going to roll a d4 here. And it's either going to be Zill or it's going to be Virix.
I'll take 3.
Well, you're not in melee.
Oh, yeah.
So Virix, you're the back side of that. So I rolled a 4. He's going to attack you. Okay. This is going to be a. Sorry, he gets plus 6 to hit with that. It's going to be a 12 to hit. That's not going to hit. And we're going to attack the second one. It's going to be another 12. So he misses on both attacks. Okay. Going to go ahead and do the thief. I'm going to attempt to get her out of the web. She does succeed in freeing herself from the web. Okay. She's going to approach. Guess what she's going to do? She's going to stab Zill. No, she's not. She misses. Okay. All right. So, Zill go ahead and do his thing and stuff. We're just going to do a little like attack. So, looks like that would. I hate this VTT that they got up here right now. I'm going to have to turn that damn thing off. Oh, they changed it. Nice. Speed 1. All right. Then, so not very much, but a little bit. Okay. And we're just going to go make another attack because of the girl attacking at him. He's going to attack back. I'm just going to attack with my own dice. It's going to hit, and we're going to do a d8 plus 4, 6, 10. 10 points of damage to her. Okay. That brings us back to top of initiative with Virix. Virix, it is your turn.
All right. Virix is mad. She just saw this girl try to attack her man. You know what she's gonna do?
Attack her.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go for a Virix is gonna lunge at her. I'm gonna go to make a unarmed strike. Will a 14 hit her?
14 will hit.
Okay, beautiful. That's gonna be 10 points of bludgeoning for the first unarmed strike.
Okay.
Then second unarmed strike is a 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Beautiful. And then that is 5 more points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Then I still have quite a few focus points left, so I'm gonna go ahead and expend one. To do flurry of blows. So I'll give me 2 more unarmed strikes. 17 to hit.
That hits.
8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And this is my last attack. It's gonna be a 14 to hit.
That hits.
And that's 7 more points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So with that last attack, as you rush forward and, flurry of blows this girl, essentially, hitting her 3 consecutive times with your kicks and punches. She falls back into the web unconscious. Okay. So the only one that's left is Frodo Baggins. Is that going to end your turn there, Virix?
Yes, it will.
All right. It is your turn there, Shasi. Short guy up.
Am I within 60 feet of Frodo?
Yes.
Very well. Good. I would like to use the telekinesis of my staff.
Okay.
And I would like to move Frodo, if I may, throw him right back into the web.
Okay. So using a creature, you can try to move a huge or smaller creature. The target must succeed in a strength saving throw, or you move it up to 30 feet. Looks like the strength saving throw. Okay. Strength saving throw, you move 30 feet. Direction of fall. Looks like we're going to be using yours. I think we're just going to be using your strength DC or your spell save DC. It doesn't say here, so I'm going to roll that here. He gets a +3. However, with the enlarge reduce, him being reduced, uses by 1 category. Also disadvantage. He has disadvantage on strength checks and saving throws. That's how it works. Okay. So he needs to make this check with disadvantage. Eve, what was the save? 15?
Yes, the save was
He
15.
just barely saves.
Ooh.
Your little staff doesn't have silvery barbs on it, does it?
Negative. Nope, I don't see that on there.
Still doesn't either. That's sad day.
That one takes out 5 though.
Okay. Either way. So he succeeds. It would have been really cool, but he does succeed. Is that going to end your turn?
I was really hoping to throw him in the web. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
Okay, so that brings us to Ethos. Ethos, only person up is old Frodo Baggins.
Oops, sorry, I forgot I was muted. Let's go for Frodo.
Let's go, Frodo. $25 will hit.
25. And 7 damage.
7 damage. Very good. Will that end your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's just do some math.
What just happened?
I'm doing math. He shot a arrow. It hit.
Oh. Okay.
He's getting close, but he's not there yet. Okay, so he's still up. All right. That brings us to bottom of initiative, which is my guy. So he's going to make an attack. I'm just going to go ahead and continue. We've been attacking Virix this entire time, pretty much. We're going to continue to attack Virix. 8 plus should be a 6. That is going to be it's going to be a 14 to hit. I don't think that hits.
That is
Nope.
a miss.
And one more attack. 17 plus 6. That will hit. That's 23.
Wait, are you sure you're looking at my character sheet?
Virix, you have a 19 AC.
Oh, okay, sorry. You said 17 plus. I just heard the 17. Silly. Don't
You
listen.
rolled a 17 at the time.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do damage for that. That's going to be a D8. And it's going to be plus 3. Yeah. That's going to be 5 points of slashing damage to you.
Ain't no biggie.
All right, and with that, it's going to bring us to Zill's turn.
Wait.
Sorry.
I have a question. Doesn't Frodo, isn't he on disadvantage because he is Frodo style?
No, wait. Thank you for reminding me.
Of course.
So that pointed, give yourself 2 points of HP back because his damage is reduced by a D4, and I rolled a 2. So that hit he gave you, I believe it was for 5 points of damage, would have only been 3 points of damage.
Looks bad. Not
Okay.
as bad as it looks.
Yeah, very good. Thank you for reminding me there, sons. All right. And that will bring us to top of initiative.
Oh, that's
with
me.
Virix.
What happened to Web Girl and Zill?
She is unconscious.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I beat the
Virix,
snot. I beat
hello,
the snot out of her.
Yeah.
All right. Gonna little Frodo, our reduced guard, after he slashes at me. I'm like, Lyrics like looks at it. She turns around, and she like, oh, I don't even know how to explain it. She reloads her arms. She's gonna make an unarmed strike on this guy.
Okay.
It's gonna be a dirty 20 to hit.
20 will hit.
That's gonna be 6 points of bludgeoning.
Okay.
Gonna make my second attack. It's gonna be a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
And that's 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Very good. Well, so with that strike, you give him an uppercut, a little knee to the chest, and then an uppercut, and he flies backwards into the web. Okay. He is unconscious. That wraps up their little conflict there, so they're all unconscious or dead.
Whole room is full of bodies.
Whole room is full of bodies. So,
Wow, what
I'm sorry.
I said, well, now what do we do? We've got 2 unconscious in a web. I'm pretty sure Virix would like to go slice that one's throat, but we might need her.
Jill says, "Why would we need her?"
I don't know.
He looks at Derek, says, "If that's what you want to do," he hands you a blade.
Cut her freaking head off.
Hang on. I'm so sorry. 1 second. I'm laughing at myself. Virix takes the blade from him. She looks at him, like, before she takes it fully, while their hands are, like, still touching on the handle. She looks at him and she says, "If this is what's gonna happen every time, I really don't want to keep running into your past lovers." And she takes the blade. She walks over, and she makes it quick. She just slits the girl's throat, lets her bleed out, like, wipes the blade off on her pants, and then hands it back to Zill.
Okay. So, very good. Remember the conversation we had earlier?
Yeah.
So, you are no longer lawful neutral.
Ooh. Let's go.
Okay. You are, you're chaotic neutral.
Yeah. Just get over to the dark side.
I mean, honestly, at, like, a little, like, above game, like, just talking about, like, everything our characters have, like, gone through in this campaign, and, like, Virix getting to have, like, her personal backstory addressed, like, months ago, amongst other things. Chaotic neutral seems like a very fitting growing point for her as a character, because she's come from, like, a place where it's like, you get the orders, you execute them. You get your next set of orders, you execute them. And, like, for the first time ever in her life, ever since, like, she met the rest of the gang on the ranch, it's been like she's getting to make her own choices about what she does and the actions she takes. And, like, after meeting Zill too, it's like definitely very much like, and of even before Zill, when they were in Verethra and, like, they were in that big hall and, like, all the changelings with the masks and stuff, and she, like, learned about, like, why she was taken in by the Black Hand and stuff. and like then meeting Zill and like coming here now. Chaotic neutral does feel like a very good like story point and like character point for Virix. Sorry, that was a little bit of a rant, but
It's okay.
No, but I got it. It made total sense to me. Like for Riverl, the Hall of Mirrors and stuff. Yes.
Helps me as a game master knowing where your character's mind is. What's going on with your character. That definitely helps me a lot. Absolutely. Going forward, creating new adventures and stuff like that for you guys. Challenges to overcome. Sometimes you're overcoming yourself. Or giving in. In this case, it seems like you're giving in to your past. Yeah, like that moment with what was it? Was it Pacino? Every time I try to get out, they pull me back in.
Or it could be that there's love fueling her.
Yeah.
Just thinking.
yeah, well, and like I said, it's like Virix is coming from like a place where she never got to make her own decisions. And now she like got to a point where she was like, I don't want to be an assassin anymore. I don't want to be a killer anymore. Like I want to help people. But now is like she's seen more of the world and experienced it and learned about herself and where she comes from. She's kind of like, maybe I am a killer, but I can kill on my own terms.
I guess it's a little different when you're told to kill someone versus given the option. I guess killing for yourself rather than for someone else. But I like the whole. This is what I'm going to have to do every time we meet one of your exes.
Your ex lover.
That was probably the coldest thing I have ever heard anyone say.
Thank you. Thank you. This is such a fun character to role play. Like it's
Just
a really
to nonchalantly do that shit. That was just what.
Well, we don't have to worry about her anymore.
No, you don't have to worry about her anymore.
Still, that's one less crazy ex you have to deal with.
So Zil says, maybe we should start getting rid of some of these bodies. So I can think of a couple of different ways of getting rid of them. One thing that comes to mind is taking the bodies, putting it on the ship with the crimson sails, and sending that out, and let it burn and sink on its own. Become their tomb.
They deserve a Viking funeral.
I mean,
very good.
as
very well
past,
send a message.
Yeah, as past experience has told us, taking down ships isn't really that hard, especially when Zill's involved. This seems like a pretty good plan.
Okay, so you guys take the time. There's like almost 60 bodies. There's 60 plus bodies actually, so almost 70 bodies really. You see Netta, seeing the ship captain, the pirate captain, the smuggler you guys were talking to, the leader of the thieves and stuff like that. The guy that had laughed when you mentioned the black hand. Zil makes a note as throwing him on the deck. You're not laughing now, are you? He opens up a couple bales of oil and throws it across the top deck of the ship. And then, given high tide coming up, he lets the sail go. And so just to send the ship out of the cave, you know what I mean? And then, and it turns to you, Efo, with your arrows and so forth, as the ship is leaving the cave. He walks up to you, brandishing an arrow that he's fiddling with his hand, and he's got like some cloth that he's wrapped around it and dipped it in some oil. And he hands it to you and says, "You want to do the honors?"
Absolutely.
Okay. So you go ahead and hoist that your bow with the arrow knocked, and he does a flourish of his
I got
hand. You
22
see
to
the
hit.
arrow flame up with a green flame that then takes hold with a burning orange flame of normal like fire. So he uses his eldritch magic to create a fire. Okay, on the flame, on the arrow. Go ahead and make a shot.
I had rolled and got a 22.
That will definitely do it. Okay. All right. So with your arrow being loosed upon the throughout the cave, it arcs, and you see the flame trail as it dips down onto the deck of the ship, setting it ablaze. As the ship leaves the cave out through the opening, one shot was all it took. you were going to have a couple of chances before the ship was out of range, and then there was it's just a ship with a bunch of dead bodies on it. So you got another first shot. Nice. So the ship does go up at like a Roman candle, okay, as it exits the cave. All the bodies are gone now. Okay. He says, I suggest we rest up here and start heading back to the village tomorrow. Get together a crew, and maybe we can make a deal with your captain that helped us get here, and he can have this frigate while we take the schooner for ourselves. What do you think?
I think that sounds like a pretty darn good plan.
Perhaps we can convince some of the villagers to join our shenanigans. Perhaps we might be able to convince some of the crew to help us with manning the ship. I don't know. We'll work out those details as we go along. But he says, I guess that's all just working out the minutia of the plan.
Well, we can always rest on it, sleep on it.
What became of the little guard?
You guys knocked him out. Whatever. He is technically there still.
Ooh. Do you guys want to be real devious and scary?
Definitely.
We can write him a little letter. Just leave it with him, like a little get out of here with your life or don't get out at all. If you tell anybody about this, make sure you tell them the Black Hand did this. This is the cost of laughing at the Black Hand.
Oh, so you're leaving him a messenger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we brand them?
Guys can do whatever you guys want to do.
We could shave his butt.
If you want to go that route, you can.
No, I was just kidding. It was a funny thought. Because eventually it's going to get back full size, but you want to brand him?
Well, as a
Well, I like Varix's idea.
So we can go with that one.
We could do both. we could do both. Ethos, you're in charge of the branding, though. Not a fan of the smell of burnt flesh. Just really, off puts my appetite.
Yeah, there's a whole ship right there with it going on. Doesn't it stink?
It's downwind from us. It's going out in the bay.
But,
No, we don't have to brand them. That's fine. It was, like I said, it was just a thought.
Well, if we had a little hand, it'd be like Black Hand. But yeah.
As we're wrapping up this conversation, Virix is gonna. I don't think I have any. I might have some scribe equipment in my inventory. Hang on. Oh my god. I have calligrapher's supplies. Perfect.
Well, monks should have paper and pen always.
Okay, this is perfect too, because if I write it with calligrapher's surprise, it can't be hang on, what's the word for it? Forged.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta make a check though. Oh, that's if somebody else wants to forge it. I misread that. Okay, so as we're wrapping up this conversation, we're like, so you're joking about the brand, or are you serious about that? Because if you want to, you can just do it somewhere else, because it will be smelly.
Nah, I'm just joking.
As we're wrapping that little bit up, Virix is rummaging in her backpack, and she goes, "Ah, I found it." She pulls out her calligraphy supplies and maybe sets up on a crate or something in the nearby vicinity.
Ah, I see.
She's gonna write a little warning note, a message.
Official warning letter that can't be forged.
Yeah. I think it's just say along the lines of what I said already, which is leave with your life or don't leave at all. If you tell anyone about this, make sure they know this is what the price is for laughing at the Black Hand. And I'll at the bottom I'll draw the Black Hand symbol. Do it with a little flourish, a little flick of the wrist. Let the ink dry, and then I'll roll it up, and I'll go over to our little Frodo man and kind of drag him over and set him up next to the cave entrance. And I want to put the note somewhere where he's obviously gonna find it first thing when he comes back to consciousness. I'm thinking maybe just right in the palm of his hand, or tucked into the collar of his shirt, somewhere where it's very obtrusive, and it's gonna be one of the first things he notices.
Okay.
Yeah. Because typically you wake up, your hands go to your face, right? So I'd say
I mean-
tie it to his hand.
Put it in his mouth. Put it in his mouth.
Oh my god, Ethos, that's such a good idea. That's such a good idea.
Saliva won't ruin the ink, would it?
No.
I mean,
I mean, you roll it up and the ink and everything's on the inside.
yeah, no, it'll be fine.
I mean, he's only going to be unconscious for a little while, a couple
Yeah.
minutes.
Let's put it in his mouth. That feels devious. I like
Roll it up and yeah. Don't. If you're going to speak, tell him who it was. Otherwise, don't speak at all.
Is Zill watching this interaction and course of action playing out at all, or is he off doing something else?
Well, he's watching everything going on. After you guys finish up, he asks if he can have a word alone with you.
I'm scared. What if he breaks up with me?
After
Very
what you did, he's probably going to make you marry him. No. I've only got one more. We need to go find her.
Varix,
You don't be free.
Varix, I'm gonna look at you guys and I'll say, "Excuse me for a moment," and she'll follow Zill.
So after you guys step away from the others, the cave still smells of iron, of smoke, a little bit of the copperish from the blood and so forth. Water drips somewhere in the dark as you approach Zill slowly. He studies you as you approach. I didn't think you would do it. I handed you the knife because, well, I couldn't do it. I knew her. Knew her well. But I didn't think you'd have the stomach for it. Takes another step closer to you. Most people hesitate when the blade meets skin. There's always a bit of a tremor. Question. You didn't hesitate. You didn't even ask why. She trusted me a bit. But you didn't even blink. You know what that makes you? He says.
What, Zill?
It's not cruel. It's not even monstrous. It makes you strong. Stronger than she ever was. Perhaps stronger than I am. You understand something others don't seem to get. This world doesn't belong to the sentimental. It belongs to those who can cut out the rot. For a minute there, I thought I was using you. Maybe I was wrong. Does that hurt you? I might have been using you.
Hey, God, I need a second.
Does that haunt you?
Varix, like kind of crosses her arms. She leans to the side a little bit and she says, "It may have. If I'd found out weeks ago. I think in our current circumstance, it doesn't. And I think you forget. I didn't hesitate because you're the one who asked. I understand the difference between killing for others and killing for myself now. I didn't do it because you wanted it to happen. I did it because you're the one who offered the blade. You, in that very moment, were only a means to an end. I would have killed her either way. She drew a knife on you. Anyone that dares to harm you dares to harm me. And Zil, you have shown me power and what it means to possess it for your own means and your own goals. And I want to achieve that. I want to achieve strength for myself and for your benefit, regardless if you wanted to use me in the past or not. What matters to me is how you feel about it now.
Takes another step closer to you. You surprised me tonight. And I don't surprise easily. I find that compelling. He hands you back the blade. Keep it. She died by your hand. That matters. Matters a lot. If we're going to build something here, I want you to understand the cost. And Brix, if we are going to do this together, you, me, Vel, the hand. Can you stomach that? Can you go back?
I'll go back. Just with my own face and my own name this time. I don't want to be their pawn. I want to play for myself.
He takes another step closer to you, pulls you close to him, and says, just try not to enjoy it too much. And then he lays a smacker on you. About the time I'd like to wrap up, okay? If there's anything else you guys want to do before then, we can go ahead and observe that.
Full rest.
That was
Okay.
epic, by the way, Siobhan. Like that was just so cool.
It was pretty cool.
Listen. I love a bit of character work. I love a bit of role playing. I love some plot development. It's like half the game.
Yes. RPG. Okay. If you're at home wondering how you can get yourself into a nice little game of D&D or maybe some other type of TTRPG, I encourage you to head over to startplaying.com where you can start playing today. And of course, you're going to need dice if you like playing D&D. Head over to One Link at a Time. They're my favorite dice goblins. And keep your head in the game. Head over to w.gg. Use the promo code in the description below to earn yourself 10% off your order. That's Jenkins10 for 10% off at w.gg. Thank you again for joining us tonight. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I always do. I hope my players had fun.
Always.
Oh, I think
It
we
was
all
a
had
good
a blast.
session. Very good.
Glad to hear that. Of course, if you did enjoy the stream, make sure you go ahead and give it a like. And if you want to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And we'll be bringing you more content like this every month. Try to do a session every week, but scheduling is the bane of D&D. So we've been a little bit spotty here and there, but like we're down a person, and I'm not sure what he's going to think when he gets back.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Yeah, we'll see. That's all about role play. It'll be very interesting to see how that'll develops. But until next time, be kind to each other because we're all in this world together. Okay. Unlike Virix over here, she's just over there to kill people just because they looked at her funny or talked to her boyfriend. Don't you talk to my boyfriend? No. Oh no, you didn't.
There's a difference
Sorry.
between talking and pulling a knife.
There is a big difference between topic and pulling. In all fairness, you guys did kill all of her friends and whatever. So.
Well, yeah.
Should have had better friends.
Should have had better friends.
Jesus.
Friends like my friends.
Jesus. Okay. All right. It still surprises me how dynamically different these two different groups are. You guys are literally playing the same game. Okay. And it's just some of you guys went down that road with Zill, and some of you guys were like, nah, he's a little too shady for me. And Zill's beginning to wonder if he's shady enough for Virix. Jeez.
I follow along with Virix because she's my girl. Like, I was learning from her about the Black Can and stuff. So, yeah, I stick with her, and we're following Zill.
Indeed. Well, if you want to continue following along, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And thank you again for joining us. And until next time, be kind to each other because we're all in this world together. All right. See you. Good night, everyone.